I'm very often surprised by the sheer depth of feeling that I feel here in this bakery where we've made things for the last 21 years. I'm grateful for that. I'll always be grateful for that. But rarely as much as I am today when I somehow have at once both a sickness in my stomach and a warmth in my heart. I'm going to try to get through this without getting emotional, and I ask your forgiveness in advance for when I surely fail. But I need to provide some context on the news I'm about to share before we get started today, because I think many of you who care too deeply about this show and us are going to absorb it the same disorienting way I did. And it's all going to take a little time to process for all of us to get on with the show, a show that isn't ever going to be quite the same after today. So, after a decade and a half of glorious anarchy, Billy Gill's final day with us is tomorrow. Yeah, I know. It shocked me too. He's leaving us for a bigger job at Spotify, and I'm both sad and happy to announce that. Sad because someone I care about deeply is going. Happy because someone I care about deeply is also growing. You have two choices when a surprise like this lands on you. You can be selfish and feel left behind, or you can open your heart and rejoice in getting to see all that is up ahead. Billy both grew up with us and never grew up with us, but he has children of his own now, and he's career-driven, so he seeks more adult creative challenges than just babysitting Stugotz and me all the way to the end. It turns out we all got to watch him outgrow his childhood bedroom. Grew so much that he hit his head on metal arc ceiling on the way out the door. We've worked together for a long time here. Too long, some might say. And no matter how fun it looks to the outside, we work in a cauldron. Sometimes it cooks, sometimes it burns, but after many, many years, too many, some might say, we all know that this cauldron is where everyone eats every work day. And so some of us have been doing that eating together for decades now, plural, and there are parts of this that will always feel like home to people who care as deeply as Billy does. He knows he will always be welcome here. We don't even have to do that thing about the key under the mat. He knows where all the hiding places are. He knows where all the keys are. No one really knows how much Billy does around here, not even me, especially not me. This thing is an unholy beast to produce every day. The sloppiness a feature, not a bug. The host's more bulls than butterflies. Billy's gentle grace behind the scenes and creative coloring in the scenes are not things that can be replicated ever, never mind replaced. All of this will be harder without him, obviously. Our soul won't be the same. I'm not even going to try to pretend it will be. He might be the most popular character we've ever had, but on his way out, I would like you to know just some of the things that he was, things beyond how much better he made Stugotz and me and the show every day. I once was celebrating some big success our show had that he obviously and always had a part in, and I told Billy to just rent a limo, have an all-expenses-paid party night out, and just send me the bill. This was for months of work. He sent me a receipt for $84, as I recall. It might have actually been less than that. He had a chance to lead the country's biggest radio show, the morning show at ESPN, almost as soon as we got there, but he turned it down to stay with us. He stopped doing his beloved Peepo character, which gets universal applause, and he never told me why, though I'm assuming it was because it reflected stereotypically poorly upon our people. I'm pretty sure that he leaves our doors without an enemy, even though I think Tony would be totally justified in making him one. And many, many years ago, when Mike Ryan was still a baby, I asked Mike to tell me every single thing he needed as an executive producer to replace Hawk, a friend who had known me since college. Mike pointed to Billy and just Billy and said, just him. All I need is him. And damn it if they didn't do as good a job in knowing me and tolerating me and helping me and understanding me over the years as someone I'd known as a best friend for 2 decades before I met them. My studio at ESPN was meant to look like a Cuban kitchen from the 1950s. Me and Poppy never get that far, never get to the middle of sports on television in my father's second language representing Miami if Billy wasn't always working on making us better from another room inside that house. I do not know how to say goodbye here. I do not. I don't know how to end this because I'm in no big hurry to see it end. But it must have been super confusing to Billy as I saw him cry for the first time ever while telling me of a decision that clearly pained him, to see the smile spreading so widely across my face. I have not given him that smile. Much over the years because of wherever my repressions have been. So maybe he leaves me, us, and this. But that gratitude, that does not leave with him. That stays here, and it stays here forever. You could have helped me make it funny, Billy. You could have helped me make it funny. Sent it to him the night before, 6 p.m. Gets back to me 7:15. Feels like a skit.
Bro, echate fabuloso y limpiaste casa, bro.
La limpiaste la casa!
Limpiaste casa, bro. You're making changes that are necessary. Difficult, but necessary.
But again, it's my responsibility to do what's best for us going forward.
Let's hear the first crunch of this. Oh!
Welcome to the 2024 NFL Draft. I'm Billy Gill.
Welcome, Billy.
Just be satisfied saying that they're all in the top 500.
I don't think that and I can't speak for anyone else, but I don't think that we really ever faced here in Miami as Cubans, because of the strong Cuban community, what it is that immigrants are facing nowadays.
We're here with Tim at his Halloween house. Tim, the decorations are incredible. What are your tips for people who are not as talented as decorating as you are?
You got to make sure you go out there right after Halloween, the year before. So you're 364 days ahead of time.
All right, the tree.
Yeah, it's brutal. I'm glad that you're crying.
I'm a blubbering idiot, Rob. Yeah. I need this to be funny. Look, there's an old-timey baseball player. Rob.
I know.
I said Josh Allen has a stupid face.
Just push. There we go.
How's that?
Right. Why, Billy?
Last week, as we mentioned, Senator Peter Welch, we caught up with him and we had him pick USC at Michigan, and he accurately predicted the winner.
Are you going to vomit on? Is there any chance that you vomit on your keyboard?
It's possible.
No, I get that, but I guess not in so many words.
But you don't get it.
And I'm even happy that you're back.
Hey, that's great to hear. This has been the high point of my tenure so far.
This is an edition of Bet the House of Representatives. Just a moment. And I can tell you, this week we did not speak to a senator. Here it is. It's time to bet the House of Representatives. Bet the House. Bet the House. Bet the House. House. Bet the
Lucy. Lucy, where are you?
Can we call it a day with this?
No, we're going to eat an entire raw onion.
Put her on the poll, Guillermo.
If you were tanking, would you tell me?
Tanking? What is... No, tanking?
Tanking is not trying your hardest to win ball games in
every day.
We're trying to win ball games every day.
If you trade your best players in exchange for prospects, it's unlikely you're going to win more games in the immediate future.
When you take the field, you have an opportunity to win each and every day. I repeat, each and every day. You never tell your team that you're not expected to win. Never.
Not in so.
What?
Now you think. Now. I can't tell you how to think. Like, I see your mind. I see how you think. I don't like that. That's your mind working like that.
Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
World Star, Nancy Pelosi, what's up?
I knew there was one person for this job. Someone's gonna be here through thick and thin. And there's a bunch of haters like Pablito saying you're a traitor for leaving the Templo. And you know what? Ignore him. I say, you know what? That tipo, he's an empresario. Cógelo suave, bro. That guy wants billete.
This guy.
Welcome back, Billy, and I don't know where this particular tension is going to end up. Okay, you're very close. Yeah,
Very close. The breath
your
must
arms,
be, I mean.
Yeah, you got your arms around each other, and Guillermo's moving his face away because I think he fears your scalding hot coffee breath. What he is saying there, it is so wrong what the president of our country is doing.
Shoot, what you just here we go. Wind up and the pitch. Oh God! A home run on the first.
Welcome, Derek Jeter, and that concludes our Marlins coverage for the season.
And I'm not going to get into the coaching moves so
Guillermo, tonight you are again rounding the community in a spirited form of exercise.
Well, the Le Batard Show showdown starts now with Billy Gill, better known as Guillermo.
What are you thinking about?
Well, if there's one thing we know about Guillermo, he shouldn't think. He should just do.
And look at Amin. Look, watching on. You can see him watching on.
Amin
Hold
Al
on for your
Hassan.
dear life. For dear life. What? No!
This is a Cuba baseball jersey. This is double.
Dad, if you're listening, don't take offense about me calling my car an idiot.
You never.
Let's just go to commercial there.
I could always not have Alka-Seltzer, and then Chris would have a tummy ache, and he'd be irritable, and this wouldn't be a fun day for everyone. So you know what? I said, hey, my stomach hurt a while back. Let me just leave the Alka-Seltzer work in case someone else has a stomach ache. I feel like a thank you is in order, and that's not what I'm getting right now.
Very nice of you.
We're here for the Baseball Bites Showcase, where I'm going to try new food at Marlins Park. Pretzels.
Pequeños.
Chilaquiles.
You are a warrior hero. Your courage is seismic.